This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM. Welcome into the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk 1230, 101.9. As we get ready for Alamogordo Tiger football, they take on the Piedra Vista Panthers in Farmington tonight. So happy to have you along. We've got plenty to get to in our pregame, including our interview with Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Cisco. So we'll have that coming up in about 5-10 minutes from right now. But a huge early season matchup, but, you know, for the Tigers, what a great opportunity to try and finish up their non-district season undefeated, going to district with just a ton of momentum. Homecomings next week. So many things I think to be excited about if you're a Tigers fan. Win or lose tonight. Should be very excited about the start to the season for Alamogordo. But certainly if they can take the long road trip to Farmington and find a way to grab a victory, that's going to be some fantastic stuff for the Tigers. And not a ton of 4-0 starts to seasons for the Tigers, at least since I've been covering them. I can think of at least one, maybe two, over the years. And, you know, this one, certainly the win over Roswell, huge. But, you know, beating a really good Albuquerque High team last week and, again, taking this long road trip and having a chance to beat a really solid Piedra Vista team this week who's picked up wins over the defending Class 4A state champ. And also played tied against Durango and beat Sandia in a close overtime game in week 1. So, you know, I'm sure they weren't happy with the result last week, but certainly the first couple weeks, you know, they definitely have played some strong football, and certainly looks like they're going to be a challenging opponent tonight for the Alamogordo Tigers. It certainly seems, as of right now, that we're at least in a good spot weather-wise. We're going to continue to cross our fingers on that as the night goes on. The forecast was not looking particularly promising, but we should be in decent shape, at least as of the moment. So we'll do our best to continue to keep you updated on what's going on with all of that. But judging what it was looking like earlier, as of right now, it's looking pretty decent for tonight's football game in San Juan County. So that's encouraging. All right, we're going to take our first break. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. And when we come back, you'll hear from Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Cisco. Stay right here with us.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Just a reminder, you can listen to us online, Alamo Sports YouTube channel, alamosportsandtalk.com. You can also find us there. If you got an Alexa device, say enable Alamo Sports and Talk, and I think just Alamo Sports Talk. And you can also listen to us on your Exciter Media app, phone or tablet. So stay with us wherever you are. Let's hear from Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Cisco. We're joined by Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Cisco. 3-0. It's about as good as you could have hoped for to start this season. And what an impressive win on the road for you guys last week.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having us. It is 3-0. Got to play better than we did on Friday. But when you come out with a win on a long road trip against a quality football team, you feel pretty good about yourselves. But now on Monday, we had to get refocused and get ready for PV on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously similar to the great win against Roswell. You guys got to look forward. But we'll look back at last week's win, and I think, it was a different kind of game. Y'all had your first turnover of the game, and all the momentum was on their side. You guys had to come back in the fourth quarter, whereas the first two games of the season, y'all were trying to hold on to a lead in the second half. So kind of good to see that from your guys, that they could handle that situation and come back and get the win.
Yeah, you go to the start of the game, and this is all credit to Albuquerque High. They are absolutely huge up front, and they are extremely physical, and they kind of just they had a good game plan for us offensively, and kind of just wore us down in that first half. And you talk about 7-minute drives, another 6-minute drive, and we only had 3 possessions in the first half, and the one was a 3-and-out, and then we scored on the other 2 drives. And so at halftime, we talked to our kids about how important every possession was, because it was going to be a really short game in that regard. But our kids came back, and I thought we played really well in the fourth quarter defensively to get some stops, make some big plays when we needed to. And then offensively, after that first fumble of the first play of the third quarter, I mean, we kind of controlled the game offensively from that point on. And so it's credit to our kids overcoming a little bit of adversity. It's first turnover of the year and having to bounce back. And then you just saw the consistency of us, and then the mindset of our kids, both on the sideline and on the field, is the most impressive part about this group that I've been around in a long time. Is they never falter of what the goal is and what we're supposed to do. They just stayed the course, stayed true, kept playing, kept plugging along, and ended up coming with 2-possession victory.
Yeah. And I mean, so much credit to the defense, because they were on the field a lot last week.
Oh, my gosh.
What was the play discrepancy? Because I didn't add it up, but I mean, they had to have had like 30 or 40 more plays.
They had close to 40 more plays offensively. They ran 78 offensive plays, and we were under 40.
Yeah. And I mean, that happens obviously when you have a special teams touchdown and things like that. But it was also because, as you talked about, they controlled the clock and had the ball a lot. And
they converted some third downs and kept drives going for them. And that's talking to our kids. Hey, you got a chance. We got them 3rd and 5. Let's get off the field, and we'd give up the first down. Or we got them 3rd and 9, and we give up the scramble play where he throws it back across the middle to a back out in the flat, then just circling around, and it kind of turns into that scramble stuff. So we got to do a better job of getting off the field in those situations to let our offense go, because our offense has the same mindset. We're going to control the clock, shorten the game, and kind of physically pound on you, and we didn't get that opportunity. And so credit to our offense. They did a good job scoring on the possessions we had and making the most of them.
And then, I mean, you throw in all 3 phases of the game, and you get – a huge kickoff return for a touchdown. I mean, I know, point after touchdown wasn't a great deal for you guys last week.
That's one of those weird ones about the point differential. And when them kicking, we're holding them to field goals, and then we miss the first PAT, and then you just say, well, we got to go for 2, got to go for 2, got to go for 2. Yeah. That one was weird.
Yeah, but getting a kickoff return for a touchdown, I mean, that's I've more of stood out to me as your guys' kick coverage is so much better than what we've seen in recent years, and it shouldn't be too big of a surprise that your kickoff return should be improved as well, and we saw that.
Yeah, and that's a credit to Coach Singleton, our special teams coordinator, coming up. So we're doing things a little different this year. In the past, and as long as I've been coached 22 years, we've done special teams in the middle of practice and kind of try to break up practice. And it doesn't get nearly as much time devoted because you get one phase per day. So if Monday's kickoff return, they get about 20 minutes combined. What we did this year is every Tuesday we go out there after school, after a morning practice, we go out there after school and we do a special teams practice for about an hour and 15 minutes. That's nothing but special teams. And that's kind of benefited us because we get to focus just on that. It's not trying to combine it in the middle, and there's kids who are thinking about offense, defense. They get an hour of just focusing on special teams and being very controlled. We don't go out there in pads. It's just, hey, let's make sure we know what we're doing, able to execute it. So that's a credit to Coach Singleton to coming up with that. And you can see the difference in the way we cover kicks. The way we've had a couple of chances to return some kicks. If we get a couple blocks early in the first 2 games, we probably pop another touchdown. And then you get Tebow to break one out because we get thrown blocks, and we kind of change our scheme what we're doing because we have a different scheme for kickoff return.
Yeah. All right, we'll switch gears, obviously, with you guys taking the long road trip up to Farmington this week and taking on Piedra Vista. That was probably the highlight of your season last year was the double overtime win over Piedra Vista at home. Now you go on the road and have an opportunity to go undefeated in non-district, which, that's obviously you guys know what you have to do in district, but it puts you in such a wonderful position. What's the mindset for everybody? Just similar to what we've seen over the first 3 weeks?
Absolutely. Our kids, if you talk to them, they know about being 1-0 on Friday, and PB's a quality team. I mean, they graduated a lot of seniors, but they're well coached. Coach Howell has been there for a long time. He was the defense coordinator back when I was playing at Roswell High with Coach Will Height, and so he was the DC when we played in the state championship game. So he has a long history at PB. They've had a lot of success at PB, being in state championship games, winning district championships. So we got our hands full. It's how we handle a long road trip, and then how we get off the bus and be able to play against a team that gave us fits last year. I mean, it's a different offense. It's a flexible offense. It's going to line up, try to pound it, and this game's going to be really short in possessions.
Yeah, that's certainly going to be something that will be worth watching. But, again, similar to last week, you guys are sort of prepared for that. You've gone up against 2 teams already that are, I guess Albuquerque has the main one. I thought Deming would be more ball controlled than they were, but that's not how that worked out. But, I think defensively you guys, sort of know what to expect other than maybe a little bit more misdirection with this offense.
It's a ton of option.
Yeah.
So you'll get a ton of options, some misdirection out of the flex bone. When we can force their hand and get them into 10 personnel and get them into gun, it becomes very pass heavy offense, which we can handle that. So that's huge for us defensively, is get them behind the sticks, force them to get into the shotgun and have to do something that's not really what they want to do. They want to line up, be physical, and pound on you. They want to run midline, they want to run veer, they want to run speed option. And the Marquez kid is pretty dang good, and he can go. He's a different quarterback than the kid they had last year. Last year was really big and good athletic. This kid can break some and get loose and get gone.
Similar to Albuquerque in terms of size up front, or
not as big? Not as big. We'll match up pretty good with them size wise, and that's just, can we do it throughout the game for 4 quarters, because they don't have nearly as many kids going both ways as we do.
Yeah. And for you guys offensively, I mean, there'd be no need to really change anything up. That's one thing you could say is offensively, you guys, the exception of a few drives here or there, this team has moved the ball well in every single game this season.
We have, and that's a credit to not just the skill kids in Bloom, Saracen, Best. It's a credit to all our guys up front. And you get our MVP of last week was our fullback, what we call our pipe wrench, and Kamari Patterson, and him blocking. I mean, never catches a pass, but he blocks his tail off. I mean, that's how huge those guys are up front. And controlling the game and controlling the physicality and reestablishing line of scrimmage every chance we can is huge for us. So that's something that we're not going to change who we are. We do have a goal that we're going to throw the ball, try to complete more passes this week. But when you go to Albuquerque High, we threw the ball 4 times and we were 4-4 passing. So, I mean, that's a win. If you don't have to throw the ball, don't throw the ball. And nothing's going to change for us. We're going to line up, and if we have to throw it, we're going to have a lot more confidence trying to complete some things and try to make people be a little bit more balanced with us, because we already know where we're going to get. They're going to load the box, and they're going to find out where our take is at, and we know where we're going, and they know where we're going. It's if we can handle it and they can take care of it.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA. Welcome back. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. It's on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Thanks so much for tuning in to our broadcast tonight. Let's take a look at these two teams as we get into tonight's matchup. A big shout out to both these teams for putting their statistics up on Max Preps. I genuinely appreciate that. That's a hit or miss thing for football teams, or actually for most teams in general around New Mexico. So shout out to both coaches or their coaching staffs, whoever's putting them in. For Nate Best, it's been a very efficient season throwing the football. 11 completions, just 17 attempts, 65%. He's thrown 3 touchdowns, so 3 of his 11 passes have been for touchdowns this year. And he's thrown for 153 yards. You look at that average, about 13 now. You could certainly say a lot of that, especially from the Deming game, was that big 66-yard touchdown pass. But still, when they've needed to throw the football, the one thing for the Tigers is they really haven't had to throw it that much this year because they've run it so well. You've got Best, who's run for 290 yards over the 3 games. He's averaging 6.6 yards a carry. He's got 5 touchdowns. Bryson Bloom has got 250 yards rushing for 3 touchdowns. Jaden Valdez has got a score on 42 yards. Nathaniel Saraceres has been great. He's got 78 yards rushing this season, and they've used him in particular spots. Receiving, it's mainly been Tristan Bowman. He's got 2 touchdowns on the season. Ethan Putafong also has a touchdown as well. 1 catch for 17 yards. 3 catches for Keaton Arona as well. So overall, very solid. And only 1 turnover this year for the Tigers. That's been a big bonus for them. On the other side of the tilt for offense for Piedra Vista, the man to watch tonight is going to be Ruben Marquez, their quarterback, number 8. In both phases, very similar to Best. And I don't know if I kept that part in the interview. We're talking with Coach, but I think there's some similarities in what the defense is going to go up against, and considering they have to go up against Nate in practice every day, it's something that they'll kind of, I don't want to say be used to, because it'll be different looks offensively, but just from knowing how to deal with a mobile quarterback. And Marquez has got 340 yards rushing, 333 yards passing. He is their offense in very much sense of it, 1 rush touchdown, 1 pass touchdowns, 2 interceptions, so he has thrown a couple of picks this year. And their other rushers are number 0, Cale Farley, who's rushed for 77 yards and a couple of touchdowns. and number 10, Nicholas Halverson, who has rushed for 2 scores and 55 yards rushing this season. Their main receiver has been A.J. Cockrell, 14 receptions, 105 yards, and a score. They've thrown the ball more than Alamogordo has this year. There's no doubt about that. Halverson's also got 9 catches for 87 yards, 8 catches for 93 yards for number 2, Amasi Griego, and then Cale Farley as well with 67 yards receiving on the season. Let's switch over to the defenses, and you won't be too surprised for Alamogordo that the 2 guys at the top, Nathaniel Saraceras leading the team in tackles with 31. Bryson Bloom's got 27 this year. A bunch of guys with tackles for loss. Saraceras has the most. He's got 3, but Bloom and Damian Moreno and Tyler Novacek all sitting with a couple of tackles for loss. Those are your top 4 tacklers this year for the Tigers. Then you throw in Jesse Giaz, who had a big interception last week, and Samuel Strong, who's had a good season. He's picked up a couple of interceptions this year. Jaden Valdez has played well. And Tigers have got a sack from John Hockman this season. Another interception. We mentioned Giaz and Strong with the interceptions. And Tigers have not recovered a fumble this year. But a number of different pass deflections as well. It's been a good year for the Tiger defense. They've just been so great at getting to the this point of attack, whether it's the team running it or they complete a pass and getting limiting big plays, doing all the things you want to see a defense do well. So, leading tackler on the other side for Piedra Vista is Cale Farley. The number 14, Ethan Duckett, 27 and 23 respectively. Number 4, Mason Duncan, one of their defensive ends, 20 tackles on the year. A.J. Cockrell, 20 tackles. Number 31, Andrew Wood, an outside linebacker with 19 tackles on the season for them. Big number 4, though, going to be somebody to watch for. Mason Duncan's got 4 or 5 sacks this year. And so we'll see how the Tigers handle some of that pressure. However, again, I'm sure Alamogordo is hoping that they're not going to be throwing the football a whole lot tonight, so quarterback sacks aren't going to be too much of a problem. Their defense has forced 3 interceptions and has also forced 3 more fumbles. So they've turned teams over 6 times over the first 3 weeks of the season. So they've been able to ball hawk a little bit. The Tigers, they've got the 3 interceptions. It hasn't so much been the turnovers. It's been turnovers on downs that they've been able to come up with and keeping teams out of the end zone and, making plays when they've needed to and getting the defense off the field, especially in big moments. We saw that last week against Albuquerque High. So a lot to be said about the way that the Tigers' defense has been able to step up in big moments. All 3 games, Deming and Roswell and Albuquerque High last week. So things have been smooth for the Tigers. They had a little hiccup last week. They looked like they were in control in the second half of the kickoff return for the touchdown. All the momentum's on their side, and Albuquerque High gets a score, and then Alamo fumbles, and Albuquerque High scores again and takes the lead, and it feels like it's all Albuquerque High, and Alamo just, sort of shook it off, took a pretty long drive, got into the end zone, started the fourth quarter, and the defense made plays in that fourth quarter and got stops and helped their team get back ahead and then pull ahead for good. It was that was fun to watch last week, and you can just tell this team right now is doing well in all 3 parts of the game that they want to. But you can hear it from Coach Cisco. He talked about it, that, he still feels like they need to play better. And you can just tell there's that continuing striving that they know they need to reach higher levels because they have more goals than just, wanting to do well in the regular season. They want to be not only make the playoffs, but have playoff wins and competing for district championships and, all the things that come with the success that so far that they've had this year. So we'll see if they can keep it up tonight. Looking forward to what it's certainly shaping up to be a really exciting game, I think, between these 2 sides. So hopefully that is the case. However, I'm sure if you're a Tigers fan, if they were to go out there and win by a pretty healthy margin, nobody's going to be complaining that much. If it's not an overly exciting game, you'll live, right? Yeah, I'm sure. All right, let's go ahead and take another break. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show with kickoff on the way. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Join us at the annual Otero County Fair and Rodeo. This is Deborah Romero from First National Bank. Our local 4-H and FFA kids have been working hard all summer. Let's go out and show our support. Enjoy all that the fair has to offer, including the exhibits, art, livestock, carnival rides, rodeo, and don't forget the food. First National Bank is a proud supporter of the Otero County Fair and the scholarships for our junior livestock program.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA. Welcome back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Real quick check of some of the other action going on throughout the area. Did see that Tularosa volleyball went 6-0 in pool play today. And we'll take on Animas tomorrow in the first game of that tournament. And I don't have the pool play information for Cloudcroft, but they will play JAL at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So they were in separate pools. But going to be a day full of volleyball up at Cloudcroft High School tomorrow. So best of luck to all of them. Alamogordo girls soccer is playing at Reiner Steinhoff Soccerplex tonight, hosting the Alamogordo Invitational. And had an earlier game, Valencia and Silver. And then the game going on right now is Academy for the Technology and Classics. We'll try to have a score update for you guys at some point before all said and done. Other football games going on tonight. Tularosa at Santa Rosa at 7 p.m. Weather is not looking good in that part of the state, so we'll see what they're able to do there. Mescalero Apache at Mesilla Valley Christian and Cruces. The weather is not particularly great over towards Cruces as well, so weather having at least a bit of an impact in some places. Alamogordo Volleyball is over at the Zia Classic in Roswell. We'll put some updates for you on that. They just had pool play today. Mescalero Apache Volleyball played Alamo Navajo today. We'll have some scores for you later on. Cross country tomorrow. Alamogordo is up at the Ruidoso Invite, and also there is Mescalero Apache and Cloudcroft. And then tomorrow, more soccer. Alamogordo will play either at 10 or noon against Valencia or Silver. So all of that coming up here before too long as we get ready for tonight's football game, the Alamogordo Tigers and the Piedra Vista Panthers, as we hopefully look forward to a really good matchup between these two sides from Hutchinson Stadium in Farmington, as these two teams face off for the second straight year. I don't know if we'll see this game again, at least in regular season. It's a long trip for both teams. Piedra Vista made the trip down here last year. Alamogordo making the trip this season. Just kind of a scheduling. Both teams were sort of left in a scheduling hole when districts were realigned a couple of years ago, and it, unfortunately made it not the ideal situation, but it ended up being a great game last year, and so we're hoping for what'll be another great game. So we'll see. All righty, we are almost ready for tonight's kickoff. It is homecoming at Hutchinson Stadium tonight, and so there'll probably be a little bit of extra delays here and there as they'll have their homecoming court and all those things that happen during halftime. So certainly that will be a part of the festivities this evening. So a bit of a breezy night in San Juan County, and hopefully going to see some good football tonight is the hopes. You've been listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. I do have an update for you guys from Lady Tiger Soccer. Shout out to Heather Casebolt, assistant varsity coach for boys soccer, as they are tied 1-1 at the half. Mila Stevens with a goal for the Lady Tigers. And so we'll try to let you guys know what's going on throughout the rest of the night. Appreciate Heather for sending us some updates tonight. And shout out to Coach Guthrie, Coach Hughes for sending us the updates for what's going on up at the Mountaintop Tournament as well. And like I said, we'll get some stuff for you guys for the other volleyball tournaments that are happening as well. Still in some pregame festivities as the game will get started here in just a little while. Kudos to the Alamogordo fans that made the long road trip to Farmington. That is, without a doubt, some serious dedication to make that 6-hour road trip up the state. So, as we talked about, it's about as long a road trip as almost any school can make. I mean, there's definitely some other ones out there we've talked about, especially when we get to like basketball playoff time. There's a lot of games or a lot of road trips where I'm just like, holy cow, I can't believe that they're making some of those road trips. But that's just how it is. So, all right. Tigers, by the way, are dressed in their white tops tonight, black pants. They've got gold outlining, and then black helmets tonight. Piedra Vista in all navy blue helmets. I think that's navy blue. I don't know if that may actually be black. It's a little hard to tell. I've talked about it constantly. I have a really hard time picking out the difference between navy blue and black every now and then. So it's one of those deals. But white numerals, and I'm going to go all navy blue. That's what I'm going to call it. So both teams still at their sidelines. Alamogordo will kick off, and they will kick off from right to left. And so that means Piedra Vista will handle the kickoff. As both teams make their way out onto the field, and Dominic Moreno will put his tee on the near hash at the 40-yard line. And it'll be returners back at the 10 and the 5-yard line for Piedra Vista. Again, we've kind of we're sort of at a weird angle in terms of north-south. And so I believe Piedra Vista is heading towards the south end zone, and Alamogordo is kicking to the north. So line drive kick to begin things. They kick it right up the near hash. Ball returned to the 20, to the 25, and brought down shy of the 30-yard line. A couple of Tigers in on the stop, as it looked like number 7, Daniel Silva, number 9, Vince Esteron in there. And so Starting drive for Piedra Vista will be at their own 30-yard line. Ball's on the near hash. And it'll be one wide receiver to the bottom and one to the top. Double wing. Flex bone offense, as Coach Sisko called it. And there'll be a handoff straight up the middle and getting some positive yardage will be the fullback, number 0. And that is Cale Farley on the carry. And so he'll make it second down and 6, a gain of 4 on first down. Just underway on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, 11:30 to go in quarter number 1 on what has turned into a nice night at Hutchinson Stadium here in Farmington. And there's a handoff to the wing on the far side, and Tigers defense gets there pretty quickly. It's going to be positive yardage, though. It's number 12 for the Panthers, Ethan Costa. And he will take it to the 37-yard line. Picks up a gain of 3. And it'll be third down and 3. Scoreboard saying 4. I'm going to go 3. They need to get to the 40. 2 wide receivers, again under center, double wing. And handoff goes to the fullback, straight up the middle, and they've got the first down and still trying to push for that extra yardage. They gave it to the big fella, number 14, Ethan Duckett, and he will carry it forward to the 43, and that's a first down for Piedra Vista. So they stayed on schedule there. They, when you have this kind of offense, you're trying to pick up 3 to 4 yards a pop. Obviously, you're hoping to get more in some instances, but gain of 6 on that third down play. First and 10, ball in the near hash for Piedra Vista. Double wing, near wing in motion. Handoff goes to the fullback. It's Duckett again. He crosses the 45 and still fights forward close to the 50. He's going to get to the 48-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 5 on first down. At this point, the offensive line for Piedra Vista has been able to create some holes. Alamo hasn't seen a lot of this style of offense this year. Kind of the traditional option, what you see from Air Force and Navy. And again, the handoff to the fullback, not a lot there, as that'll go back just up to the 50-yard line. And it looked like that was number 0, Cale Farley, on the carry. It's going to bring up a third down and 3. The gain is just 2. Right at midfield. Piedra Vista going left to right. And again, line up 2 wide receivers. Split out far. They'll put 2 wings on the near side now, under center. And it's a toss play to the near side. And fighting for first down yardage, and it looks like they've got it. Farley will get out to about the 45, and it appears to be enough for another first down for Piedra Vista. It is a gain of 5, and they will move the chains. Second first down on this drive, and the ball will now be at the 45 of the Tigers. 9 minutes to go, first quarter, opening drive. Well, both these teams like to run the football, so this could be one of those that it's going to be limited possessions, what we talked about a little bit last week as well with Albuquerque High. And up to this point, Piedra Vista has been able to pick up first downs. They've gone to third down twice. Man in motion from the near side. Handoff goes to the fullback again. And working towards the 40-yard line is Cale Farley. It's a gain of 5. And it'll be second down and 5. Ball now moved between the hashes. So working towards the more open side of the field on that last play. Also the deal that they're centered a bit. Double wing, fullback, 2 wide receivers under center. And fake of the handoff. Quarterback will keep it. And it's a speed option. And getting the positive yardage is the quarterback, Ruben Marquez. First time he's carried it tonight, and he will take it to the Alamogordo 34-yard line. That's 6. That's another first down as Piedra Vista moves the chains for the 3rd time on this drive. Unless we've got a penalty, and we do have a penalty, so hold the phone. And it certainly looks like the officials are going backwards here. Holding, so take that first down off the board. And that's exactly what you can't have with an option offense like this, is a holding penalty, because you've seen 4 yards, 3, 6, 2, 5, 5. Now they've got 2nd and 15. So this could be challenging. They'll stay in the same formation, faking the handoff, and they'll give it to the far wing. Jaden Valdez gets in the backfield, slows him down, but he breaks a couple of tackles and kicks the outside, is up the far sideline to the 30 and to the 20-yard line. Tigers had a defender in the backfield, but could not bring him down, as number 2, Amasi Griego, breaks a big run as he carries it all the way down to the 20-yard line. It's a 25-yard gain. Tigers had 2 guys that had gotten into the backfield but just could not bring the running back down. And now a fumble, but it bounces right up to a Piedra Vista player. It's going to be in the backfield. That was a fortuitous bounce, but getting pushed out of bounds the near sideline is Ethan Costa. And that's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. Almost 5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Still the opening drive of the game for Piedra Vista. They face a 2nd and 13. They handled the 2nd and 15 really well in the earlier series, and now we'll line up with no wide receivers. So it's double wing and 2 guys right on the end of the line. They'll toss play to the left again, and that play works pretty good again. Getting tripped up, though, before he gets first down yardage is Griego, as he'll carry it to the Alamogordo 16-yard line. And so that's a gain of 7. And so it'll be 3rd down and 6. Can the Tigers get off the field? So far, Piedra Vista's been able to convert their 3rd downs. 2 wide receivers. We haven't seen them throw yet. Why would they? They've been running it so well. Tigers almost jumped off sides, did not. Fake the handoff to the fullback, then a toss, and slicing in, Jaden Valdez gets in the backfield and makes a play. Wasn't able to make the stop a little bit earlier on this drive, but here he forces a 2-yard loss, as he'll bring down number 12, Ethan Costa. And so it'll be 4th down and 8. Well, getting a little late in the play clock here. They're still trying to, determine what they're going to do. But 4th and 8, certainly doesn't seem like they're bringing on a field goal unit. And they may have to use I wonder if they have to use a timeout. Yeah, maybe not. So it'll be 3 wide receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. First time we've seen shotgun for him. Running back to the left. Hard count, and now a timeout. So it's timeout on the field. And we'll take one as well. No score, 5:30 to go. We've got almost 7 minutes gone in this first quarter. Still opening drive for Piedra Vista. We'll return right after this.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
Here's the 4th down play. It's a long throw to the back corner of the end zone. That one is going to be deflected out of bounds. Tigers are going to get off the field on 4th down. It's been a theme for the Tigers this season, is their ability to get off the field when the offense gets to 4th down deep in their territory. So the Tigers get the stop. Incomplete pass there on 4th down. And so Alamogordo's offense will get their first chance in this game. 5:24 to go in the first. And we talked about it, that they've got to take advantage of these opportunities when they get the football, because they may be a little few and far between. Tristan Bowman, the receiver, down to the bottom. Sarah Saris is going to come in as the fullback. They're going to go under I to start. So it'll be Bloom, the deep back, and, of course, Nate Best under center. Receiver up to the top. Tigers start this drive on their own 18. Bowman in motion, and toss play goes to Bloom, but in the backfield right away and making the stop. That was read well by number 1, A.J. Cockrell, and it's a loss back to the 14-yard line. 4-yard loss for the Tigers on 1st and 10. So it'll be 2nd down and 14. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, it's no score, 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Not a great start for the Tiger offense. Let's see how they recover here. They'll stay in the I. And tight end off to the right side. And Best will give it to Bloom again, and yet again, just nowhere to go. Trying to go up the middle. Well, Piedra Vista has this scouted well, you could say. The -5 yards for the Tigers on this opening drive. And you would think that they'll go to more of a spread look now. 4 minutes to go in the first. 3rd and 16 for Alamogordo. Ball is now on their own 13. Drive start was on their own 18. If you're just joining us, just got off the field on 4th down. Tigers will take 3 wide receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Bloom is the running back as they play out of the shotgun. And rolling to his left, now getting away from a defender's Best. Best up the far sideline. Can he get the marker? He will. He's going to stay inbounds to the 40. Still fighting for more yardage. He gets to the 45. And looking around, I don't see any penalty flags. What a huge gain, as that was all Nate Best creating. And he's going to pick up 32 on the 3rd down scramble. He was trying to roll to his left to make a throw towards the near sideline, but the pressure came right in his face, so he circled back around to the opposite side of the field, broke away from a couple tackles, and then picks up the 1st down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Alamogordo 45 now. 32 yards on the carry. Back to the I. Handoff goes to Bloom. Bloom will carry it up the middle, and Bloom will get a yard. And it looks like that's about it. Tigers will face the 2nd down and 9. 3:08 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Tigers opening offensive drive of this game. And it's been 2 runs for a loss, and then a big scramble by Best, and then that 1-yard run as Bowman will split out to the bottom. DeRezzo to the top. I formation. As Best looks to go under center. Well, not in any big hurry here. Now he'll go under center. And a handoff goes to Bloom. Bloom up the far side to the 50, and he's across midfield near the 1st down marker. They will mark him down at the 46 of PV, so it'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Tigers. He picks up 8 on his 4th carry of the night. Now back on the positive side of things after a couple of carries for loss. Two wide receivers and back to the I. Ball's in the far hash, 46-yard line of Piedra Vista. Going right to left are the Alamogordo Tigers. And here is the handoff. And Bloom makes a couple of nice side steps in the backfield, and he fights his way across the 40, easily had the 1st down and got more. In fact, gets it all the way to the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and the Tigers have their 2nd 1st down of the night. 1st and 10, Alamogordo at the Piedra Vista 36 with the ball in the far hash mark. And the Tigers will stay with the traditional I, offset line to the right. So you've got, you can call it the tight end position, but it's just basically an extra offensive lineman. And Best is going to fake the handoff to Sarah Saris. He's going to keep it, and he breaks through the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He zone for the Tiger touchdown. 36 yards. They had a couple of opportunities to bring him down, but were unable to do so. And another big rip from Nate Best. And it's 36 yards, and the Tigers lead 6-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. They go, well, it ended up being about 87 yards because of those losses early in the drive. Looked like they were in trouble on 3rd and long. And they find themselves in the end zone and in front with 1:19 remaining. Moreno to try the extra point. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. And it is good. 7-0. Alamogordo, 1:19 to go. We're in the first quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, and we'll be back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Welcome back. Alamogordo in front 7-0 as they go 84 yards officially on that drive. And the big play, a couple big plays, a 32-yard run and then a 36-yard run by Nate Best. The 36-yard run ends up in the touchdown as he broke a couple of tackles and worked his way to the end zone. Moreno will kick it off. It's another line drive kick up the near hash. And return big hit by, I can't tell who that was that got it. It was like number 9 for the Tigers, Vince Esteron. Call him his name again. As the Piedra Vista player goes tumbling down and almost got flipped head over heels there at the 28-yard line. Alamogordo's defense back on the field. They gave up yardage and time on the clock, but they made the play when they needed to when it got down deep into territory, or their territory. And we'll see if they learned anything from that first drive. Any adjustments here to try to slow down the running attack of Piedra Vista. First down and 10 from their own 28 on the near hash. Flex bone, so it's 2 wings and a fullback, and the handoff goes to the fullback, and it's going to be big yardage here across the 35. Fighting for first down yardage is Cale Farley. And in fact, he will get it. First down on the first run as he'll pick up 11 and take it to the Tigers' 39-yard line. He's got 5 carries for 21 yards. Clock rolls as we'll probably have 1, maybe 2 more plays here before the end of the first quarter. 1 receiver to the bottom. And they put a man in motion again to the fullback, and just a big open hole to the right side. Not as much on that gain, though, for number 14, Ethan Duckett. As he'll take it across the 40, go to the 43. It's a gain of 4. PV's offensive line has looked good early in this game. They've been able to create some holes. The thing that hurt them on the last drive was the penalty. That holding penalty, well, no, it was actually, so there was a holding penalty. Hold on. Let's wait for this play, and then I'll talk. Here's the handoff, and Duckett gets it again and runs into Jesse Giaz and Bryson Bloom, and they push him back. He'll get to the 45, but it will bring up a 3rd down, and that will be at the start of the second quarter. So after 1 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, it's Alamogordo 7 and Piedra Vista 0. We'll return right here on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Third down and 4 for Piedra Vista as they line up their own 45-yard line. And we've got timeout called by Alamogordo, something that they did not like, the way that they were lined up defensively. So something appeared to frustrate the Tigers there. And so they want to chat things over. And so we'll go ahead and keep it right here. Don't want to take another break, and since we just took one, we'll get a fourth or third down play coming up here for Piedra Vista. It's been all running the football, which is what we expected with that option offense, and they've moved the ball well throughout the game. And one of the big things, obviously, is their ability to convert on third down has been huge for them tonight. So we'll see what happens here on this upcoming third down. All right, we'll go ahead and take a break. We'll come back. Stay with us here on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Well, I'm going to let you guys know a little secret if you didn't already know. We did not make the trip. Okay, here we go. I think we're back up here. We did not make the trip to Farmington tonight, and so we're calling the game from the NFHS feed. It froze up, but I think we're going to be back up here in just a second, so I'm going to retract all that. No, we're there, but we just from a cost standpoint, weren't able to make the trip this week. Obviously, it's an exceptionally long trip, so we're going to try to get you back going. Okay, here we are. Let's see. We may be able to. No, actually, we probably won't. Never mind. Anyway, it's still Piedra Vista football. They are at the Alamogordo 20, and they're facing a third down. So they were able to pick up a third down earlier in that drive. And to move the ball now down inside the Alamogordo 20. They'll line up with a one wide receiver, double tight end. And we've got offsides, it looks like, on Alamogordo. So this may give Piedra Vista a free first down. So Alamo tried to get across too early, and first down to be at the 15. So, yeah, it'll move it 5 yards. And so Piedra Vista will have, I think, a first down. Okay, they are calling it first down. 8:10 to go in the second quarter. It's Alamogordo 7, Piedra Vista nothing if you're just tuning in. And hopefully we don't have any more. That's the one reason why we don't do this normally is I don't have a lot of control over whether the video feed's going to work correctly. Here's a handoff, and getting back in there, making a nice stop for the Tigers is number 65, Xavier Garnan-Canelo, as he was able to get his hands on number 0, Cale Farley, and Farley is brought down right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain. It'll be second down and 10. Those are, that's as good as a penalty, to be honest. If you can get them to a no gain and put them at second and 10, that puts them behind their schedule. As the Tiger defense is going to try to make a stop deep in their own territory again. It looks like there's a different quarterback in. It's like Halverson's the quarterback for Piedra Vista. Halverson rolling to his right, looking to throw towards the end zone. Ball is tipped in the air, and it's going to be caught. There was an Alamogordo defender in the vicinity, and it ends up getting tipped right into the hands of Ethan Duckett. And Duckett will end up with a 20-yard touchdown. That was just the Alamogordo defender had the position right at the goal line. The receiver it was intended for came from behind, and they both kind of collided at the same time. And it knocked the ball straight up in the air, and then Duckett is running towards the goal line, and he ends up grabbing it out of midair and picking up the score. Good old swinging gate formation here initially for the extra point try. Now they'll get into a normal look. Here's the snap. Kick is up. It is good. So the kick is good, and we're tied at 7. 7:07 to go here in the second quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, and we will return right after this. Stay with us on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Welcome back. Alamogordo and Piedra Vista tied 7-7. It's a line drive kick by Piedra Vista, which will be grabbed at about the 25. And I think that's Moreno. He's not going to get to the 30-yard line. And, in fact, it was Moreno on the return. And that is where the Tiger offense will take over. And so the Tigers at their own 27-yard line will begin this drive. Going left to right now here in this second quarter. And the Tigers will begin in the shotgun this time. Running back to the right. And it's a handoff. And working his way straight up the middle is Bloom. And he'll take it to the 29-yard line. That'll be a gain of 2. 2nd and 7 for Alamogordo. Now the Tigers, similar to last week, if they can have a nice drive here and even pull some clock, they need to be in no rush. They'll have a chance to do the old double dip and score here before the end of the half and then get the kickoff to begin the second half. Here's the snap. Handoff again. Bloom off the left side. Bloom makes a man miss right about the 35. And along the numbers gets to the 40. And he'll have an Alamogordo first down. As he will pick up about 13 on that run. Yeah, we'll call it 10 actually. Anyway. 1st and 10 at the far hash. Going left to right. And the clock rolling with under 6 minutes to go in the first half. One receiver to the bottom, one at the top. And it's pistol for the Tigers. As Best awaits the snap and speed option left. And Best will turn it upfield now. Best will get near the 50-yard line and be brought down. They'll give him a gain of 8 on the carry. 3 carries for Best, and he now has 74 yards rushing. I'm sure Piedra Vista's happy that they kept him to a somewhat minimal gain there. Ball still on the Alamogordo side of the field, just though at the 48-yard line, still on the far hash. Receiver to the top, receiver to the bottom. And Bloom again is the running back. Out of the pistol is Best. And Best was looking to throw to the far side. Now he's going to hold on to it and probably needs to run. Now he's going to throw it away. Well, they defended that well. It almost looked like on the far sideline that there really wasn't any. They're not sure they were ready for the pass. Just looked like the Best right away said, no, I'm not going to be able to throw it there. I know Coach Cisco wanted to try to get the passing game to go a little bit more, but similar to the last few games, they've been running the ball so well. And a 2nd and 2 is a good spot to do that. But 3rd and 2 now. Ball on the Alamogordo 48. Clock stopped with 4:53 remaining in the second quarter. Ball to the bottom side is, receiver to the bottom side is Keaton Arona. And then top is Bowman. Now a shotgun look, running back to the left. And it'll be Best using Bloom as a lead blocker. He gets across the 50 to the 48. He's got the first down comfortably. 4 yards on the carry. And it'll be 1st down and 10 in Piedra Vista territory with 4:50 remaining in the second. That's on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, and Alamogordo and Piedra Vista tied 7-7. Second offensive drive of the night for the Tigers. Piedra Vista turned over on downs in their first drive. Alamogordo would go down the field and score afterwards. Piedra Vista, though, would answer back, make it 7-7. Tigers going back to the I now. That's what they ran predominantly on that opening drive. Saraceris is the fullback. And he will get it this time. And Saraceris working across the 45 and falling forward, getting solid yardage to the 43. That'll be a gain of 5 on his first carry of the night. Second and 5 for Alamogordo. Left to right for the Tigers. I think we decided this is going towards the north end zone. Yeah, no, south. I think it's south. Anyway, under center. Handoff again to Saraceris. Got hit in the backfield, was able to bounce off, and then sort of backpedaled to the 41 and get solid yardage. Just a couple, but gives the Tigers third down and manageable here from the 41 between the hashes now. And both teams certainly playing the ball control. We're going to be done with this first half before 8 o'clock. Like easily done before 8 o'clock. That's a quick first half, y'all. All right, to the shotgun here on third down for Alamogordo. Lead backs it to the left. And going to the left side is Best. Picks his way through traffic. He may be short. Let's see where they give him positive or forward momentum. Looks like they are going to move the chain, so it's a gain of 2. It's just enough. And Alamogordo will move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Tigers as we get ready to cross under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Tied at 7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Again, Tigers in no particular hurry here, and they are going to go back to the eye. And we saw last week they went the length of the field in about 3 minutes, so when they need to turn it on, they certainly can. And fake of the handoff. Best, though, going to get brought down in the backfield. He was in trouble from the beginning. He initially pulled it out of Saraceris, but the defender, number 31, Andrew Wood, for Piedra Vista, just sort of peeled off of Saraceris and then wrapped up Best in the backfield. And so that option did not work well for the Tigers. Loss of 4. So puts Alamogordo behind the sticks. They'll stay in the eye. And rolling to his right is Best. He wants to throw. He's going to go deep up the near sideline. Too far. Trying to get to Tristan Bowman. It falls incomplete at the goal line. So for 2 passing, and now it is 3rd and 14 for Alamogordo. Okay, one of the officials was pointing. I guess they were just pointing to get the football. I thought for a second maybe I'd missed a penalty flag somewhere, but not the case. Well, can the Tigers pick up a 3rd down and long? They've already done it once. That was on a scramble. Kind of a broken play. And they don't necessarily need to get it all here. If they can get 6 or 7, put themselves in a better position on 4th down. But you got to think if it's an incomplete pass, and now the Tigers, I don't know if they're going to end up calling a timeout here because, well, maybe. Because Bowman ran back over the sideline, and, well, now I guess they're ready to go. Yeah, there's the timeout. Yeah, it just didn't seem like Alamogordo was ready to go for that play. And so it's a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 1:58 to go here in the second quarter. The Tigers and the Panthers are tied at 7. And you're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Now it's going to be a huge loss for the Alamogordo Tigers as Nate Best gets chased deep into his own territory. In fact, all the way back to his own 32. The original line of scrimmage was all the way up at the Piedra Vista 42. So that ends up being a loss of 30 yards, 31 yards. You know, Nate was doing his best to try to keep the play going, but 1:38 to go. And as long as Alamogordo gets off a good punt here, I think it'll end up being okay. As Piedra Vista is not really an offense that is built to try and go down the field quickly. But there's no doubt that not what the Tigers were hoping for there. So big loss and a big sack for Piedra Vista. And is it just 4th and 20? It feels like it should be more than that. No, it's got to be more than that. Because it was 3rd and 14. And they lost, yeah, because he lost at least 20. Yeah. Maybe the scoreboard, maybe it doesn't go higher than 29 the yards to go. Trying to figure out the math and all that. Yeah, so Alamogordo is going to punt from their own 32-yard line. Like I said, if it's not a particularly good punt, this could give Piedra Vista a chance to score before the end of the half. So this is a pretty big moment here. Not often punts we say that about, but snap was a little high and just getting it off as the rush was on. And this is going to end up being a great punt. It was line drive, and it's going to roll inside the 10. It's going to roll inside the 5. That was spectacular for the Tiger special teams. And credit to Nathaniel Saraceras, who's done such a wonderful job stepping in as a punter this year. I think I looked at his stats today, and he was averaging almost 40 yards a punt. That one's going to be, let's try and do the math here. Where did they spot him at? The 4. So that's 40, 50, 58. That's a 66-yard punt. That is fantastic. That's a huge, changes things considerably here. Like I said, Piedra Vista, their offense just not built for let's go down the field fast and score. And as long as the Tigers don't let anybody get behind them here, as they'll go under center, will Piedra Vista. And they'll just push straight ahead with the quarterback and get across the 5-yard line. Not going to be a whole lot. And Halverson, the quarterback now. As it's a gain of 2. Tigers not stopping the clock. And so, second down. And so you got to think we're going to go to halftime here, which, 45-minute first half. Which, again, a couple of teams that are running the football and playing the possession game. Tigers score on 1. Piedra Vista scores on 1. As Halverson goes under center. And the ball is on the ground for a second. He did pick it up. And he's going to get sandwiched between a number of players. Maybe ended up picking up about a yard. And again, no interest, I think, for the Tigers to try and call a timeout. And so that will be all for the first half in a field possession by possession kind of game. Could be a very interesting second half as the horn sounds for the end of quarter number 2. And both teams will make their way to the locker room and regroup for a second half of play, and we'll bring it to you. The Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show is coming up for you next. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Join us at the annual Otero County Fair and Rodeo. This is Deborah Romero from First National Bank. Our local 4-H and FFA kids have been working hard all summer. Let's go out and show our support. Enjoy all that the fair has to offer, including the exhibits, art, livestock, carnival rides, rodeo, and don't forget the food. First National Bank is a proud supporter of the Otero County Fair and the scholarships for our junior livestock program.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Alamogordo and Piedra Vista tied 7-7. Each team with, I believe, so Piedra Vista, I think, has 3 offensive possessions. Alamogordo has 2. And, yeah, we're already at halftime, and it's prior to 8 o'clock. So, yeah, go figure on all of that. But Tigers were moving the ball pretty well, had a great chance to try and score before the end of the half, and ended up with a couple of lost yardage plays and then a huge lost yardage play. But credit to Nathaniel Saraceros with that big punt just before half, forced Piedra Vista all the way back. Tigers were punting from their own 32, and the punt ended up down inside the 5. So that is spectacular. And, I mean, it was a little bit of a lucky break. Just from the standpoint, it was a line drive, and it took a Tigers roll. It was a high snap, and the rush was on. They were trying to block that punt, but the Tigers were able to make it happen. So you love to see that, under pressure. And like I said, Nathaniel's done a great job in there at punting. But the Tigers tonight, 26 yards rushing for Bryson Bloom, 76 yards rushing for Nate Best, 7 for Nathaniel Saraceros. And, of course, the 36-yard touchdown run that gave the Tigers the lead in the first quarter. Piedra Vista's had the ball a little bit longer, but they score on their second drive. They turn it over on downs on their first drive, force a Tiger punt. So we're about even. Tigers are going to have the ball first, and so if you kind of balance it all out in your Alamogordo, you look at it of, we went to a draw in the first half. We've got the opening possession, so we'll kind of be playing from ahead. If we can get the score first off, we're maybe in the better position as we go through the second half. But both defenses, I think, have made some nice stops, and unfortunately for the Alamogordo defense, it was kind of a fluky play that they gave up the touchdown. They threw it to the goal line, and it got deflected straight up in the air, and one of the Piedra Vista players came down with it. So the Tigers actually defended it well. They were in position to make a stop, but it just didn't work out that way. Over at the Soccerplex, looks like Alamogordo girls going to get the 5-2 win over Academy for Technology and the Classics, and so they'll play tomorrow morning at noon, or I should say tomorrow afternoon at noon. I didn't see who got the win between Valencia and Silver, but we'll find that out for you. And again, a full day of volleyball up at the Mountaintop Tournament tomorrow, so if you get a chance to check that out. You've got cross-country up in Rodoso tomorrow, and we've also got Alamogordo volleyball over in Roswell. We'll try to update you guys on some of the other scores that are happening around the state as we go along. Santa Rosa is hosting Tularosa tonight, and, of course, Mesilla Valley Christian is hosting Mescalero Apache tonight as well. Okay, let's go ahead and take another break. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show here on Alamo Sports and Talk. We'll be right back.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Take advantage of OFCU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OFCU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR for 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Alamogordo and Piedra Vista tied 7-7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And this is the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. As the halftime festivity is going on here at Hutchinson Stadium, the Tigers and the Panthers begin a second half here coming up. And we were concerned weather was going to be an impact tonight. And thankfully, so far, things have gone pretty well, so we'll. I don't know. Anytime I feel like I say something, I'm gonna get in trouble because it's my fault if the weather goes bad. Other scores happening around the state. Jal beating up on Van Horn, Texas, 41-0. Taos big on Aztec, 42-6. Santa Fe is beating Albuquerque High, 18-6. It's Farmington up on Falcon, Colorado, 21-17. Los Lunas beating El Dorado, 21-2. Okay. Hobbs is leading Parkland 7-6. It's Bayfield 26-6 leading Gallup. Bayfield, Colorado. Right? Yeah, Bayfield, Colorado. Rio Rancho beating Centennial 16-6. Artesia up on Deming 20-7. All tied up between Las Cruces and Cleveland 14-14. That's a good one. Roswell 7-0 leading Lovington. It's Fort Sumner and Tatum tied 8-8. Volcano Vista thumping West Mesa 42-0. It is Portales 13-7 leading West Las Vegas. Through and Hot Springs 6-6. It's La Cueva 20-0 up on Sandia. Grants 20-0 on Espanola Valley. Texaco leading Olton, Texas 14-0. And let's see if we've got any other interesting scores here. Check NMOT Sports. We got anything going on there? I don't think there's anything that we didn't already have. So, okay. So those are your scores from around the states. And we're going to take another break. When we return, we'll check in with our Tiger Athlete of the Week. Shaylee Weaver of Lady Tiger Volleyball is our Tiger Athlete of the Week for this week. So we'll do that. And we'll come back with more of the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, it's Alamogordo 7, Piedra Vista 7. We are at halftime. We'll be back.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA. This is your Alamo Sports Tiger Athlete of the Week Spotlight, brought to you by the Winter Circle and Tularosa Communications. This week's athlete is Shaylee Weaver of Lady Tiger Volleyball. Season's a few games in. First off, how do you feel like you've played so far? Are you happy with the way things have gone?
I think I am. I definitely think there was one of our last home games that I could have done better, but I'm having a blast so far.
Yeah. Had a great weekend. You guys go over to the Cruces tournament and win a couple of matches, and I know for you guys just trying to sort of get over the hump and get comfortable with winning, that's kind of a big thing for your group. Is it nice to grab a couple wins?
It is. I'm glad we actually got a trophy for winning our bracket, so that was awesome.
Yeah. And overall, how's the team felt? Like, what's been the attitude around the team? You guys are a big senior group. You all have played on the same team for a while. What is the attitude for everybody as the season begins?
I think we have an amazing connection. I love all the girls on the team, and I think we all get along really well. So. Okay.
What got you into volleyball? You remember what age you started playing?
I started in middle school, and it was actually my friend kind of forced me to get into it, and I didn't like it at first, but then I started playing it more, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Where do you feel like you've maybe grown the most in your game since you started playing to now? Is there something that really stands out for you?
I would say playing club definitely helps a lot. I loved playing with A-Town and Storm.
Senior this year, so is sports something you're hoping to continue after high school if you get the chance?
It is not. I've never really thought of playing it outside of high school, so I'm kind of just having fun in high school playing it.
Okay. And what's coming up after high school? College or something else you're getting into? Or
I want to go to medical school for radiology, but I'm not sure where yet.
Okay, very good. What got you interested in getting involved with radiology or just in the medical field in general?
Well, originally I wanted to go into business, but as the economy I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it'd be very fitting. So, and my mom's in the medical field, so I've always been kind of interested in it.
Okay, so got a little bit of family interest in there, so you can tell you some of the things to expect, I would imagine.
Yeah.
All right, very good. And so are you involved with any other extracurriculars at the school? Outside of sports, do you do some other stuff over there?
I'm in Key Club right now, and it's an organization with Kiwanis. It's an international club. and we help with like community service type things. It's really fun.
Okay. How'd you get started in Key Club? Do you remember what got you into it?
It was actually my friend Vicky. I used to play volleyball with her. She already graduated, but she was like, join the club, and I was like, okay, and it's really fun.
Okay. Get to do some stuff. I know Kiwanis does a lot of great things around the community. So
yeah, it does. It's awesome.
Yeah. Are we going to see any other sports outside of volleyball this year?
No.
Okay. So you're going to finish up in November, and that's it for you with sports.
Yeah, I'm going to play club volleyball, but no, I've tried track before, and it was not for me.
Okay, very good. You excited about graduation around the corner?
Yeah, I'm kind of scared, though, because it's like your life begins, you know?
You got a ways to enjoy the rest of your senior year, so you don't have to worry about that too much. All right. Well, you guys get to go over to Roswell this weekend for some more matches and other tournament action, so we'll look forward to seeing how you all do there, and congratulations on being Athlete of the Week.
Thank you so much.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. Piedra Vista is coming out onto the fields as we get ready for the second half. And Alamogordo will be making their way out as well. 7-7 your score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And big opportunity for both these sides to try to, Piedra Vista 3-1. But if Alamogordo can get to 4-0, Tigers have been a really good second half team this year. They've been able to take control, whether it's in the third quarter or the fourth quarter. Can they make that happen again? They'll get the ball first to begin the second half. So we'll see if the Tigers can keep that sort of momentum that they've had in second halves. I don't know if that really means anything from one game to the next. Us as broadcasters, we're going to try to, there's trends and there's this things like that. It's the guys out on the field that are trying to go out there and make a play, and whether it matters from one game to the next, that's such a hard thing to know. So we shall see. All right, we're going to take one more break. Thanks for listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. Again, your score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard: Alamogordo 7, Piedra Vista 7. With the second half coming up next. Stay with us. You're listening to Tiger Football.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Take advantage of OFCU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OFCU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all on subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back. You're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. As the Alamogordo Tigers and the Piedra Vista Panthers are all tied up at 7. Both teams back out onto the field. And the second half will begin here in just a couple of minutes. Tigers touchdown coming from Nate Best, a 36-yard touchdown run. The Piedra Vista touchdown was a pass from Nicholas Halverson, which was deflected up in the air and then caught by Ethan Duckett. And he scored the touchdown, and that made it 7-7. Both teams have had drives that stalled out. One for Piedra Vista inside the Alamogordo 20, and one for Alamogordo that they were in Piedra Vista territory, took a huge sack, but then punted and put Piedra Vista deep in their own territory. So really, both teams only had 2 offensive drives. Piedra Vista did have a 3rd offensive drive, but they were deep in their own territory. Nothing was going to happen. So realistically, that's how that first half went. Both teams moved the ball well. They converted, 3rd downs in lots of places, and so the clock kept rolling. So we didn't end up with a whole lot of stoppage in that first half. So we'll see what we get in the second half. Will either team try to make any big adjustments? I don't think so. I think both sides kind of view, hey, we are what we are. This is what we do. And, both offenses move the ball well. I think defensively, probably more than anything, both sides are going to be saying, all right, we need to make improvements here, and here going into the second half for Alamogordo. Maybe improve on tackling just a little bit, and I would say, coming through on a big play or here or there, because the one that ended up on the touchdown reception was one where the Alamogordo player was literally waiting for it, and maybe that was the problem. It was, kind of a tough position for him to be in. So, all right. Tigers are dressed in their road white jerseys with black numerals, white outlining, black pants, black helmets, and Piedra Vista in all navy blue tonight. Pants, tops, helmets. And as we said, Alamogordo will get the ball to begin the second half of play. So we'll find out who's able to grab a big victory here. Of course, for Piedra Vista, it's their homecoming. You always want to win homecoming. They didn't do, as far as I can tell, they didn't do the homecoming ceremonies at halftime, so they must have done them pregame or they're doing them postgame. It's one of those, I don't know, most of the homecomings that I've seen over the years, it's a halftime thing, but maybe they have a different set of ceremonies or the way that they like to do it. So, second kickoff of the game for Piedra Vista, as they'll kick it right to left. Tigers will go left to right here in the second half and try to take advantage of the fact that they've got the ball first and get in the end zone and get a chance to try to play from ahead a little bit in the second half. But PV's obviously got different mind on that, and knowing the minimal, this one's still rolling on the ground, and I think Alamogordo eventually does fall on it back at the 23-yard line. That sort of just continued to skip and skip and skip across the turf, and Tigers do fall on it. So not great field position to begin, but they did get the football. One of the up men was unable to secure it. And one of those that you're just waiting, is somebody going to fall on it, or is that Piedra Vista player going to get to it before anybody else does? All right, Tigers going 3 wide receivers. Haven't seen a lot of this tonight. So 3 wide receivers, lead back to the left. Bloom is the running back. Ball's on the far hash. And the snap and a quick throw. Arona's got it, and he's at the 30, and he is going to get first down yardage, as he'll take it to the 34-yard line. And so the first completion of the game for the Tigers. Just a quick wide receiver screen to the outside. And the Tigers start off with a first down. 11 yards on the first completion of the night. Stays 3 wide receivers. 1st and 10 for Alamogordo. Ball at their own 34-yard line. Still on the far hash. And the snap. And looking to throw. And that one's going to be a bit too high. The near sideline looking for Aiden Rowe. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Tigers trying the air a little bit and maybe at least create some separation. Maybe they saw some things on the tape at halftime or just saw it from up top with the coaches. So let's try to air it out a little bit more. Handoff and up the middle. It's going to be positive yardage, but not a bunch for Bloom as he gets to the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but makes it a more manageable third down upcoming. And it will be 3rd and 5. They need their own 44 for a first down. Well, big early second half moment. 10:53 to go in quarter number 3. All tied up at 7, and the Tigers face a third down. And we'll call medium. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. And Best will run the speed option to the left. It's pretty well blocked up by Piedra Vista. He's only going to get to the 40. So they ran the speed option to the short side. They didn't have a lot of room to work over there. And it's going to be 4th and 4. And it looks like Alamogordo is going to punt it away. A little disappointing there for the Tigers, not able to get some room. It seems like Piedra Vista's had that well defended tonight, is just the straight quarterback option, where the Tigers have been pretty successful. Returner is going to go back to about the 30-yard line. And again, a big rush, and Saraceris gets off a pretty good punt again, as this will be caught, and then a tackle inside or about the 20-yard line. Let's call it the 22. And that's where the Piedra Vista offense will take over. So PV gets what they want coming out of the locker room. They get a stop. Now we'll see if the Tiger defense can get some stuff figured out here, as they've able to stop deep in their own territory, but they really haven't been able to slow down the Piedra Vista offense. PV's had a little bit more success defensively against the Tigers offense. Halverson, the quarterback. And I thought for a second they were looking for somebody else. Now they're going to shift around the offensive line. And here is the handoff to the fullback, and he'll carry it straight up the middle. Gets across the 25 to the 26. And that is number 0, Farley. And it'll be 2nd down and 6. Farley's been the predominant ball carrier tonight. 8 carries. Actually, he may have a couple more than that, but he's gotten the majority of the carries. And he'll get another one here. This off the right side, and carrying defenders with him, and it looks like he's got the first down. He does. As he gets to the 32, that's going to be a gain of 6. First down for Piedra Vista. 9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. We're all tied up at 7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And Piedra Vista's first offensive series of this second half. And they've grabbed a first down. 1 wide receiver to the bottom. And here's the snap. Once again, fullback, and he's going to break out of the pile and work his way across the 40. I was looking in a host of jerseys, and all of a sudden, number 14, Ethan Duckett, comes out of the the mass of humanity and ends up picking up 11. And that's something that an offense like this will sort of lull you into, a particular sense of, we know where they're going with the football, and, if they just get the right block here or there because you're so compact defensively, they can break a huge run. Here's a snap, and again, handoff fullback. Tigers are in the backfield, and it's a no gain, which the Tigers definitely take that. And it looked like number 77 for the Tigers, Diego Ortega, got into the backfield and pulled the man down. Big Diego Ortega, and it's no gain. Second and 10. Ball is at the 43 of Piedra Vista, near midfield. They're going right to left between the hashes. And 1 receiver to the top. Again, double wings, fullback. Adjusting. Seems like they've got time to make this where they want it to be. And here's the snap. Seemed like an illegal shift there, but here's a run off the near side and getting big yardage. Seemed like there were multiple guys moving there before the start of the play, but not called, and it's going to go for a big run as number 2, Amasi Griego, who had a big run in the first half as well, takes it all the way to the 33-yard line. I think guys were trying to get set, and they ended up snapping the football, and the Tigers could have a little bit of a beef there on that, but it's a 21-yard gain, and it's a first down for Piedra Vista. And yet again, the Tigers defense not able to consistently come up with stops against this option offense. And they'll give a handoff to the fullback, and lots of room to run and positive yardage for Cale Farley as he will get across the 25 to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Second and 1 for PV at the Alamogordo 24. Ball closer to the near hash as they go right to left and work their way towards the north end zone. Snap and a handoff to the wing again. Basically an end around, and working his way, he'll get the first down and gets knocked out of bounds. They're going to throw a penalty flag here late. They're not going to call that a late hit, are they? They were right. Okay, there's a hold. Okay. All right. I was going to say, that ends up being a late hit. That would be a pretty wild one there because guys were just right at the barrier at the near sideline. But that definitely hurts. Depends on where they mark it off from. I think they'll still have second down and pretty manageable here, but trying to tell where the flag is at. I guess it's at the 20. And so they take it back to the 30. Well, let's wait and see. I don't want to speak too soon. They're going to go to the 27-yard line. So it's 10-yard penalty, so they marked it off from the 17. And so it'll be second down and 5, which erase that first down run. So it'll be 2 receivers to the bottom. A little bit of a different look. They're not running wings everywhere. Tigers showing blitz. And they are going to blitz the right time because the handoff goes to the fullback. And that's going to be a minimal gain as the Tigers are getting a bit more aggressive on the run stop. As it's just a gain of 1. And so it'll bring up third down and about 3. Ball's going to be on the near hash at the Tigers' 26. Need the 23 for a first down. Double wing look. And under center goes Halverson. Handoff will go to the far wing, and it's going to be a first down. And it's going to be more to the 10. And getting knocked out of bounds. Shy of the goal line. It'll be a first down for Piedra Vista. That has been, especially when they have given it to the wing on essentially an end around on the edges. Alamogordo's had a real hard time stopping that tonight. The gain's going to go to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 19. And a lot of that has been Amasi Griego, who's made some big plays. So first and goal now from the 7, and handoff goes to the near wing, and this time the Tigers have it pretty well stopped up. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage as they give it to Ethan Costa, number 12. And so it'll be no gain, and second down and goal now from the 7. Rolling under 5.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. We're tied up at 7. As 2 wide receivers go down to the bottom. Halverson will go under center. Takes the snap and the handoff. And Bloom going to get in there and stop Farley before he gets much of anything. In fact, it looks like it'll be no gain again. So the Tigers come up with 2 nice stops. And it'll be third and goal from the 7-yard line. I will say Piedra Vista's kicker looked good on the extra point try. So if they don't get this down inside the 5, do they think field goal, or are they looking for a touchdown? They're looking for 6 regardless. I wonder if they try to go to the air here on 3rd down. Toss play. Working to the left side. Saris slashes through, and it's going to be a loss on this one. Him and Bloom were in the backfield, and it's going to be a 2-yard loss as the toss play does not work. And it would appear that we're going to see a field goal try here for Piedra Vista from the near hash at the 16, so it'll be a 26-yard field goal. Snap down. Kick is up, and that is short. Tigers come away with the stop as they force the field goal try, and that one did not have the distance. So I think he normally can kick it a little bit better than that. And maybe a Tiger got in there and got a stop. But yet again, the Alamogordo defense finds a way to bend but don't break and keeps the game tied 7-7. This is going to be fun to see who's able to get the advantage as we go down the stretch. I will say again, Piedra Vista has had the better go of it moving the ball throughout the night. Just overall, they've had more legit shots of scoring. You know, they've been inside the Tiger 20 3 times and have only come away with 1 touchdown. And so, you know, Alamo should feel kind of fortunate to be at 7-7. They've moved the ball, but not as well as Piedra Vista has. Tigers going to go 4 wide receivers. And it's a quick throw over to the far side. It's caught by Durezzo, and he will get across the 15 to the 16. Looks like drive start is at the Tiger 9, so give 7 yards on the completion. And it'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Tigers. Now going left to right. And the first catch of the night for Durezzo. 4 wide receivers again. Ball's on the far hash. Here's the snap. Handoff Bloom. Bloom had to get away from a couple of defenders and gets knocked head over heels, but was able to fight for at least the line of scrimmage. I think he gains 1 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down and 2. Now, Piedra Vista has been really good running upfield, and Tigers trying to get to the edges has been very difficult tonight. Under 3 minutes to go now in the 3rd quarter. Still tied at 7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Near hash at the 17. They need 2 for a 1st down. And Best will just get behind Bloom, and he's got the 1st down, and he's got a little bit more as he falls forward across the 25. Good open of a hole between tackle and guard on the left side. As he gets to the 26, it's a gain of 9, and the Tigers move the chains. 86 yards rushing on 8 carries for Nate Best tonight. And 1st and 10 for Alamogordo. That was big just because your defense has been on the field so much. You certainly want to give them a bit of a rest and not go 3 and out and give it right back. So they move the chains and trips to the top. Best on speed option is in trouble. He stopped and was met in the backfield at the 21-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 6 on the run. So just straight speed option, and Piedra Vista's had that red all night long. Tigers have not been able to get that stop, so you feel like, and I think it was something we talked about a bit, was teams are going to challenge Alamogordo to throw the football just because of how well they've run the ball. And that sort of feels like what they're doing. They're sending 6-7 back there. And Best will run to the left side, but he's got some running room this time as he gets to the 25. He's fighting for where the original line of scrimmage was. He may not get there. In fact, they're going to mark him out at the 25, so it's just a gain of 4. 3rd down and 12 now for Alamo. Clock stop with 1:37 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball will be on the far hash at the 25 as the Tigers work left to right here in this 3rd quarter. Tigers have picked up a couple of third and medium to longs in this game. Hoping to get one now. And then whistles. And timeouts. Piedra Vista. So PV with the timeout. 1:36 to go in the third quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And we'll return right after this.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Join us at the annual Otero County Fair and Rodeo. This is Deborah Romero from First National Bank. Our local 4-H and FFA kids have been working hard all summer. Let's go out and show our support. Enjoy all that the fair has to offer, including the exhibits, art, livestock, carnival rides, rodeo, and don't forget the food. First National Bank is a proud supporter of the Otero County Fair and the scholarships for our junior livestock program.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC.
Wide receiver screen here for the Tigers, and it is blown up in the backfield on a third and long. It's going to be a loss of 2. Completion goes to Keaton Arona, but it was nothing happening as Piedra Vista's defense comes up with a stop, and the Tigers will be forced to punt again. Loss of 2 on the completion. Second catch of the night for Arona. So the clock with about 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Still tied at 7. Sarah Saris, who has done a great job of flipping the field tonight a couple of times. Good snap and a high kick. This one may be a bit shorter. See what the roll is. It's a good roll for the Tigers. Not an amazing punt, but it goes to the 44 on the Piedra Vista side of the field. But it hit at the ground at about the 45 on the Alamogordo side. So still I would say a positive for the Tigers. You at least put them on their own end, but Alamogordo's defense, which has been on the field a lot tonight, is back out on the field. And we'll see if they can come up with another stop here. I'm sure they'd love to try to, get a 3 and out or something, but credit to Piedra Vista. They've run the ball well tonight. Double wing, fullback, 1 wide receiver to the bottom. A little bit of a hard count. A couple Tigers flinch. Here's the handoff, and up the middle and getting good yardage is going to be Farley as he gets to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 5. And it'll be second down and 5. 49 still on the Piedra Vista side of the field. About 30 seconds left. We'll see if Piedra Vista is going to run a play here before the end of the quarter or if they will let it run out. They're not in any big hurry at the moment. Down to 15 seconds on the clock, so maybe they run up and try to do a hard count, get the Tigers to jump, or maybe they just let it run out. 5 seconds. They run up to the line, so the Tigers got to be careful to not jump across. And they do. I guess the question is, did the half end before, or the third quarter end, it did not. And that is exactly what Piedra Vista was hoping for, as I think it gives them a first down. I think maybe that's a little bit of an argument. Some of the Alamogordo players that the half had ended, and that's why he came across, but I guess not. All right, so we go to the fourth quarter. It's still tied at 7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, and Piedra Vista will have a first down at the Alamogordo 46 when we come back.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant.
Welcome back. Piedra Vista looks like a trick play. They're going to toss it deep, and they've got a man open. And to the 10, to the 5, they went with the run to toss to the running back. And getting behind the Alamogordo defense was A.J. Cockrell. And so right out of the third quarter break, or to the fourth quarter, it's going to be down to the 6-yard line. It's a 40-yard completion as Piedra Vista breaks their biggest play of the game. And they'll have first and goal from the 6. And they're going to obviously try to work their way into the end zone. I believe we've got an injury on the field. And so there is a stoppage currently. And so the Tigers nearly got to, and I think that was number 2, Amasi Griego, that threw it. But nearly got to him before he did throw the football. And that's what you're hoping for Piedra Vista. I mean, obviously you're hoping Alamogordo is going to over-pursue because, you know, they've been running the ball all night long, and you make them pay on a play like that. So you don't throw the ball all night long, and then you do in that particular occasion. So we'll see if the Tigers can get tough here inside the 10, just like they did on the last drive. Tied up at 7. It'll be first and goal from the Alamogordo 6 with 11:51 to go in the fourth quarter. And the Tiger defense hoping to find themselves another big stop with their backs up against their own end zone. And they did it on the last drive. Let's point that out. It was first and goal from the 7, and they forced a field goal try that PV missed. Double wing, one receiver to the bottom. Alverson under center, and he gives it to the fullback, straight up the middle, fighting for the end zone. Looks like he may have it. He does. Touchdown, Piedra Vista, as Ethan Duckett gets into the end zone for the Panthers from 6 yards out, and Piedra Vista has their first lead of the game at 13-7. I remember last year, Alamogordo, I feel like, had some trouble against the swinging gate formation. They are not particularly well. I thought for a second they were going to snap it, but they do not. So now the lineup for traditional-looking extra point. Kick is up and is good. So Piedra Vista takes the lead, 14-7, 11:29 to go in the fourth quarter. Still a ton of time left in this game. Stay with us. You're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR for 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Tiger offense trying to get going in this game. They've moved the ball okay, but certainly not as strong as they have in the first 3 games of the season. And they're going to need it now to try and even up this game. Down 14-7. As it'll be another line drive kick and taken at the 20 by Bowman. Bowman is going to be tackled back inside the 20, but I think they're going to give him forward progress to the 23, or let's see where they mark him at. Now, we got the officials talking things over now. The white hat discussing things with one of the other officials. So we haven't marked it yet. So let's see if we're personal foul against Piedra Vista. Personal foul against Alamogordo. And they offset. And so we'll start the drive at the 20. Where are they marking it at? 20? Okay, they're marking it at the 20. All right, so Tigers offense. Now, actually, they're going back to the 19. All right. Ball in the near hash. Tigers going right to left. 2 wide receivers. 2 tight ends. And running back to the right as they'll put Bloom into the slot receiver spot. Now we'll come back. And then we've got a penalty and then a false start called on Alamogordo. Not the drive start that the Tigers were hoping for, so they'll go to 1st and 15. Back to the 14-yard line now. Now, if the Tigers are going to get things in gear, pretty much got to be now. I'd say you don't want to give being down 7 points and give the ball back to a ball control offense. That's going to be tough to overcome if you're the Tigers. Fake of the handoff. Best will keep it. And Piedra Vista again in the backfield with him, and he's going to lose yardage here. All night long, the read option or the speed option just has not been there. Piedra Vista's running up the field at the Tigers and being aggressive with it, and they're not letting Alamogordo get anywhere. It's a loss of 1, 2nd and 16. Just been difficult for the Tigers to find running room with the plays that have worked for them over the first part of the season. 2 receivers running back to the right as Best will take the snap and the handoff, and Bloom goes straight up the middle, and there's nothing there. No gain. Well, 3rd and long, and with the exception of one big run from Best, 3rd and long has not been kind to the Tigers tonight. Need the 29-yard line. They're on their own 13. 3rd and 16. And they will stay with just 2 wide receivers here. There's the snap, fake of the handoff. Best will roll out to his left, looking to throw. He's going to throw deep. He's trying to get to Arona. Arona is going to be basically tackled by one of the Piedra Vista players, and he goes down, and the Tigers are going to draw a pass interference. It's not quite enough for a first down because I don't believe it's automatic. You just get 15, but it'll be 3rd and 1 upcoming for the Tigers. He had Arona. If he's it's a difficult catch for Keaton, but the Tigers are able to, I would say, get about as much as they want to out of that. They get 15 yards, and 3rd and 1 is very manageable for them. So big penalty on Piedra Vista. Looked like they were going to have the Tigers stopped and get the ball back with the lead. And now can the Tigers keep the drive alive? By the way, the Piedra Vista chain gang has got the fancy digital down marker over there. That's nice. I like that. Probably expensive, but Tigers going to go to the I here on a 3rd and 1. Handoff to Bloom, and Bloom is going to be hit. I think he's going to get just enough for a first down. It's been pretty tough sledding for the Tigers. They haven't signaled first down yet. They do now. So it'll be first down for the Tigers as Bloom just got the yard to gain. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Tigers. So a reprieve for Alamogordo, that pass interference penalty, and then they get the exact yardage they need there. And they'll stay in the I formation. One wide receiver to the bottom as Best goes under center. Takes the snap, hands it off. Bloom straight up the middle, and not a whole lot there. He will get across the 30 and go to the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down and 7 for Alamogordo. 9:45 to go in the fourth quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. As Alamogordo looks for a game-tying touchdown. Down 14-7. Ball is between the hashes as the Tigers work their way right to left. Two receivers at the top, one at the bottom. And they'll go back to the shotgun. Lead back off to the right. Best takes the snap. And he's looking for a screen, but he's got a man in his face. Now he's looking to throw it, and he eventually does to Bloom. And he does complete it. And Bloom will stay inbounds and get across the 35. Up ahead to the 37-yard line. And his Best doing what he can to try to make a play. Ends up as a gain of 5 on the reception. And it'll be 3rd and 2 for Alamogordo. 8:38 to go. Fourth quarter. Two receivers at the top, one at the bottom. Lead back off to the left. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff. Bloom going straight up the middle and reaching for whatever yardage he can get. And it's going to be short of the yard to gain. So it'll be 4th down and 1 from the Alamogordo 38-yard line. I think if you run you do that inside run like that, you're expecting to go for it on 4th down. And another big moment here, 4th and 1. As the Piedra Vista fan base tries to get their team going. One receiver to the top. I formation for the Tigers. And they're just going to go quarterback sneak. I don't think they got it. Tigers just tried to push straight ahead, and they did not get anything. Yeah, Piedra Vista football, they marked it. I thought initially the line judge was going to, because he was running up towards where the first down marker was, and instead he started running backwards, and I think it was the right call. I don't think that Nate really got any push there. And if Piedra Vista scores, this one may be about in the books. And so they'll go to work here from the Alamogordo 38-yard line. And hand off to the fullback, and he breaks a couple of tackles in the backfield. And there have been a couple of guys that have just been a real load for the Tigers to try and handle tonight. Carry goes to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 5 as Cale Farley, he looks bigger than 5'11", 185. 2nd and 5, 7 minutes to go in the game, and Piedra Vista leads 14-7 over Alamogordo. A tough road trip for the Tigers, and the offense just hasn't really gotten going in this game the way that they have. And a lot of credit should be given to the Piedra Vista defense. They've played well. Under center, here's the snap, and again they give it to the fullback as he goes up the middle. And it looks like he is going to be across the 30 near first down yardage. And they are going to go ahead and call it first down yardage. It's a gain of 5, and they'll move the chains again. So first and 10, 6:33 to go. Tigers really cannot allow Piedra Vista to get points on the board on this drive. Otherwise, that's about it. Tigers, and I mean, they're still going to be in trouble with the clock, but need a turnover or need to try to maybe end it here on this series of downs if they can get the stop. But, man, I tell you what, it's been hard for the Tiger defense to get stops against this Piedra Vista option. And here's the snap and the handoff, and they go with that end around, and it's going to be a big run to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Just tripped up before he got to the front corner of the end zone. It looked like Amasi Griego was on his way. And unfortunately, there is an Alamogordo Tiger that is down at about the 10-yard line. And can't quite tell who that is from here. But it's going to be first and goal for Piedra Vista with 5:56 to go in this game. We'll go ahead and take a commercial break and come back. Tigers down by 7. Piedra Vista trying to put this game away.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Quarterback sneak from Halverson is going to net him about 5 yards, and so it'll be second down and goal from the 2 for Piedra Vista. 14-7 they lead on the Richardson Motor scoreboard as they look to be on their way towards a victory if they get into the end zone. Tigers have not been able to move the ball down the field very quickly tonight, and it would be 2 scores in under 5 minutes to go. Very, very tough. And handoff going to go to the far wing back, and he is going to get his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Piedra Vista, as Ethan Costa gets in, and it's 20-7. Lining up in the swinging gate formation to begin. Now they'll race into their normal formation for the extra point try. Well, actually, they've still got a wide receiver split out to the near side. Don't know why they would go for 2 in that spot, but kick is up and is good. And it is 21-7 Piedra Vista. 4:51 to go in the game on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, and we'll return right after this.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Welcome back as Piedra Vista gets ready to kick it off from the 40-yard line. 4:51 to go in the game, and they'll go. Eventually, is going to be maybe an onside kick here. The ball is loose at about the 35-yard line as they went the line drive kick again. No signal on who has it yet. And Piedra Vista does have it. Or at least that appeared. We're waiting to see if that's going to be the official call yet. The officials are talking things over. Yeah, it is going to be Piedra Vista football. Well, that's definitely going to about put this one away now, as it was another line drive kick, and nobody really aggressively went after the football. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for Piedra Vista, 4:45 to go in the game at the 35-yard line. Now, they've been trying to do that a couple of times, and they just found a kind of a dead spot where the Tigers' kick coverage was, and nobody was able to get to the football in time for Alamogordo. Got to think it's something that I'm sure they practice a lot based on how much they've done it. And here's a handoff straight up the middle. Not much there for Farley, as the Tigers will push him back after a gain of 1. And 2nd down and 9 coming up. But time was already running thin and behind by 2 scores. And a tough spot for the Tigers now, as it certainly looks that they'll be headed to 3-1 on the season. Still a great non-district season for the Tigers, but I'm sure they wanted to keep the momentum going, with district just around the corner next week at home. Homecoming for the Tigers next week. Handoff, and against that handoff on the wing on the end around, and working his way all the way inside the 5 is Griego. There is a penalty flag, and I think this one is coming back. I saw one of the Tigers had his hand straight up in the air. I think it was Aiden Rowe. He had his hand straight up in the air, showing that somebody had a hold of his jersey. Yes, multiple flags on the play. So that will be coming back. Well, if you're Piedra Vista, that's definitely what you do not want, is penalties to stop the clock and put you behind the sticks here. Tigers will still need something pretty special here, and the clock does roll here. So, but say the onside kick worked about as well as they could have hoped, and it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't a traditional onside kick. They weren't doing it right to the, the 10-yard mark. They were just trying to kick it to a spot where nobody was, and they did it well. Again on the end around to the wing, and that has been a play that has been there most of the night for Piedra Vista. It's a big gain to the 32-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and manageable now, as they need to get to the 25, so make it 3rd and 7. That'll be a gain of, looks like 10 on the play. So looking for the Tiger 25 with 3 minutes to go. If you're just joining us, 21-7, Piedra Vista in front. And it was tied at 7 at half at the end of the 3rd quarter. And Piedra Vista's defense has been great in the 2nd half, and their offense has made plays when they've needed to. Tigers turned it over on downs in their own territory, trailing by 7. Double wing look between the hashes at the 32. And they'll give it to Griego. Tigers have this one stop, though, as they get into the backfield. As the clock rolls to 2:35 to go, Tigers call a timeout. And then a late penalty flag comes in. It looks like it was the referee that threw it. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike on Piedra Vista. So this will take him back 15 more yards, and it'll certainly be a punt. So not sure what led to the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, but Piedra Vista will find the next snap all the way back at midfield at the 50. But a bunch of guys in the middle of a scrum, and I don't know if it was more something said or something done. That's one of those where you're marking down numbers in that particular spot. And that seems exceptionally silly for, when you're the team in front. I mean, it's silly picking up unsportsmanlike either way, but, especially when you're winning the game, why put yourself in a possibility where, if the Tigers get a big punt return here, or they get a block, all of a sudden, they score a quick touchdown and get an onside kick. You never know what ends up happening. And it was a crazy game last year, if I remember right. Tigers were down 2 scores late in the fourth quarter as well. So, and snap and the kick, and just got that one off. And it's going to take a nice Piedra Vista roll inside the 25. Tiger player nearly got there in time to get the block. But Alamogordo is going to have a long way to go and not much time to do it. 2:28 remaining in the game, down by 14 points. I think if you'd asked the Tiger coaching staff and said 3-1 going into district, you'd feel pretty good about that. And they know that they've got to get wins over Clovis and Carlsbad and Oregon Mountain. Those are the games that if they win all 3 of those and they're 6-4, it would seem super unlikely that they would miss the playoffs. And maybe good enough to host a game. Who knows? Here's a quick wide receiver screen, a hook and lateral. They give it to Bloom, and Bloom up the far sideline to the 30, to the 40. Bloom to the 50, to the 40, still running. He's at the 30 before he's knocked out of bounds. And the Tigers, with some trickeration, gives them a huge gain. And just like that, with 2:17 to go in the fourth quarter, the Tigers not showing any quit. They'll have a 1st and 10 at the Piedra Vista 21. As that gain goes for about 60. And the Tigers in business here. They obviously still need a lot to happen, but one thing at a time. So they threw the wide receiver screen in the flat, and Bloom, coming out of the backfield, took the lateral and got around the corner and used his speed up the sideline. Best takes the snap. Looking to throw, steps up in the pocket, throws the near side, almost intercepted. And that was good defense by whoever that Tiger receiver over there was. That Rowe? That's Arona? That's like a bigger guy that's over there. Yeah. I wish he turned towards me so I could tell you if that was 13. It looks like a 33. No, okay, it is Arona. Okay. I thought for a second it was 33. It was no check out there at receiver. I'm like, oh, it's different. All right. 3 wide receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top, 2nd and 10. That play didn't take a lot of time, but could have easily been an interception. And Best rolling to his left, now having to scramble out of the pocket. And he's got some running room at the far sideline to the 20. He's at the 10, the 5, stays in bounds, and he's got the Tiger touchdown. Well, just like that, Alamogordo scores. They've still got 2:02 on the clock. They'll have to go onside kicks. First off, need to get the extra point, but what a impressive trick play for the Tigers. And then the big run. It's where the Tigers have had the most success tonight, really, is a lot of times when Best is having to scramble and make plays. So extra point is up, off the upright, but in. He'll take it. So Nate Best, 22-yard touchdown run. And the Moreno extra point is good. We're going to go ahead and keep it here. And the Tigers trail 21-14. And I would assume going onside kick. I think the Tigers have used 2 of their second half timeouts. They've certainly used 1 because they used it right there before the punt. Well, we've seen Piedra Vista get an onside kick. Why not if you're the Tigers? Now, certainly Piedra Vista knows it's coming, so that changes things considerably, but regardless, a big moment now with 2:02 remaining. said Piedra Vista having maybe a little bit of nightmare of memory of last year. I'd have to go back and look at what the what that ended up being for the Tigers, how much they had to cover. Here's the onside kick. It bounces up in the air. It's still loose. And I think Piedra Vista's got it. Well, I'd say, well, it looked like Alamo had a pretty good shot at that, but just not quite able to get to it. So Piedra Vista will have the ball. Tigers still have some timeouts left, so this one's not done, but it'll be Piedra Vista ball at their own 48. Tell you what, Moreno did a nice job of giving his team at least an opportunity there. But it's got to be minimal gains here, and this is the type of offense you love in this. If you're Piedra Vista, you know, you're running the ball all night, and you've been running the ball well. Double wing, one receiver to the bottom. I wonder if they try to get aggressive and do something like a quick pass. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Is it still loose? Did Piedra Vista fall on it? Oh, I think they did. Oh, my goodness. It was a mishandle on the handoff and almost a gift to the Tigers. Alamogordo uses a timeout, so they stop the clock right away, but oh, my. Another one of those that it just sort of bounced straight up off the ground and back into the fullback's hands. It was Duckett, and there was just a problem on the handoff between Halverson and Duckett. Oh, boy. Every coach on that Piedra Vista, and probably player and fan on that Piedra Vista side's heart stopped. 2nd and 10. And I'm not, again, if Alamo still got 2 timeouts here, I don't think they would have gone onside kick if they just had the 1, or if they had 2. I don't know, with this little time left in the game, you probably are. So if they can't stop the clock again, go down to 110, you go down to 30 seconds or so. So it would be tough, but let's see what happens. Again, we saw the fumble, so Piedra still lining up in a shotgun look now. Will run to the right. And getting near the boundary, but getting knocked down at the 50. And they stop the clock. And so the Tigers did still have that second timeout. Well, 3rd down and 8. I guess the question is, if you're PV, how aggressive do you want to be? Do you want to risk a pass here and the possibility of an incompletion and give the Tigers the ball back with 150 or so left? Or 140 or so left? Or do you just take the run, hope that because they've been able to get 10-yard chunks, if not more, on plays tonight, running the football. Maybe a little extra misdirection if you're them on this play. I think you're also concerned about maybe too much doing something too, complicated to where you end up with a turnover or something. And man, life is hard being a coach, man, trying to figure out what's the right decision to make in some of these spots. But 4th quarter, 21-17, Piedra Vista leads. 1:46 to go. Tigers can't stop the clock anymore. They will go shotgun again. Here's the snap. And the run straight up the middle, nothing there. Tigers will force Griego straight back. And so you would certainly think, be a punt. It's a 1-yard gain. So they would punt from the Alamogordo 49. Probably take the play clock all the way down and then call a timeout, which should give Alamo about 40 seconds. No timeouts. Tigers would need another kind of play like they did on that very first play of the last drive. Or a punt block here. And they almost got there on the last time. It's one of those that you want to be super aggressive and go after the punter, but if you don't get there and you hit him, you win the game right there. Piedra Vista lining up under center. They got to be going hard count here. Yeah. And the Tigers, we're not going to be fooled by that one. Got them earlier in the game at the end of the third quarter. And so timeout on the field. 50.9 seconds to go, so you figure if the punt is successful, Tigers probably get it with about 40 seconds left. Fair guess. If obviously something crazy happens, that's positive one way or the other. And you almost wonder in the back of your mind, does Piedra Vista try something crazy? They try fake. They see something and just try to end the game right here. They did the onside kick. And, again, it wasn't a true onside kick, but they certainly going to give the Tigers pretty decent field position and got the ball right back when Alamogordo was going to look like get the ball back with down by 7 instead of down by 14. That hurt just as much as anything else was the kickoff that the Tigers couldn't recover. Yeah, Piedra Vista's got it lined up a lot of different up men on the outside, so here's the snap. Good snap. Tigers got there, a little bit of contact. And it's not going to be a very good punt. 44.5 seconds to go. Just goes to the 38-yard line. Tell you what, Tigers have got decent field position. That ended up being about an 11-yard punt. I'm sure the Piedra Vista folks were going, why didn't we get a running into the kicker or something there? But because there was a little bit of contact. But here we go. With 44 seconds to go, the Tigers have a chance. Wouldn't have expected this a few minutes ago. Mainly because of Piedra Vista's offense and the way they were moving the ball. So credit to the Alamogordo defense and making some stops. And it'll be 4 wide receivers. They have no timeouts. Ball on the far hash, their own 38. Running back to the left of Best. Fake the handoff. Best rolling to his left. And he pump fakes and is going to throw it. And he will find a receiver. It's going to be inbounds. It's going to be enough for a first down, so the clock will stop. The Tigers are going to hurry up and get lined up with about 35 seconds remaining. And I would imagine try to clock it. And indeed they do, so they'll clock it and make it second down, but they got it across midfield. That was well done by the Tiger receiver. I believe that was Arona. Might have been Bowman, actually, who came back to the ball on it. Tigers going to go 5 wide receivers now. I don't know why they're marking it 2nd and 11. It was not a kneel, it was a spike. Doesn't matter. Best standing in the pocket. Now going to run straight ahead. This is going to be brutal for the Tigers as they're going to have to hurry up and spike, and it's going to be a 4th down. 20 seconds remaining. That's one where you got to throw it away. They'll spike it, but it'll be 4th down. 15 seconds remaining. So it'll be at the 39-yard line. Or I'm sorry, 41-yard line. Ball on the far hash with 15.3 seconds to go. Well, if you can get a first down, you can still run up and clock it. Best looking to throw. Down the middle of the field, it's incomplete. Was looking for Arona at about the 25. And Piedra Vista is going to be able to hold on. 10.9 seconds remaining. Now the Tigers gave it a good effort there at the end, but are going to come up short. Had a chance, And that little series, that first down, the very first play of the drive was great. Exactly what you're looking for. You get the spike. The second down play is probably what hurt you more than anything else because you had to spike it again, and basically you only got two plays in that series. And the snap and the kneel. And Piedra Vista will win this one by a final score of 21-14 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We'll return for the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. Stay with us. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR for 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero. Save. We offer affordable mortgage options including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
Welcome back to the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. It's the Alamogordo Tigers falling to Piedra Vista 21-14 on the road. Second half just couldn't quite get it going offensively for the Tigers. They certainly made a gallant effort right there at the end. Got a touchdown in quick order, got the ball back with about 40 seconds remaining, and worked their way into Piedra Vista territory. But unfortunately, a second down run made the clock move. Stayed in bounds, had to spike it, and then a fourth down incompletion for the Tigers. So they come up just a little bit short. Best had another really strong game running the football. Picked up a pair of touchdown runs for the Tigers and got up over 100 yards rushing again. So really solid effort for him. Tigers as a whole had some really positive things, but just couldn't find a consistent stopping of that Piedra Vista offense tonight, and with the limited possessions, very similar to last week. Probably the thing that you look at was missing was just not getting that turnover and maybe not getting that special teams touchdown. I mean, it was very similar to last week against Albuquerque High, and really Piedra Vista got the game. The difference in the game ended up being that kickoff that they recovered. It was not the traditional 10 yards to go and get it. It was more like 20, 25 yards down the field, and they ended up going in and scoring later after that and made it a two-score game. The Tigers were going to have the ball back down by 7 and instead found themselves down 21-7, and that was just a little bit too much of a hill to climb with the limited amount of time that was left in the game. So it looks like Tula Rosa is trailing 36-6 to Santa Rosa. That game is in the late going. I believe it's in the fourth quarter. So the Tigers, or I should say the Wildcats, that was going to be a tough game up at Santa Rosa tonight. And so they'll drop to 1-3, and we'll check in and see if we can get a score for you guys from Mesilla Valley Christian and Mescalero Apache. But it looks like the rain's falling pretty good up there in Santa Rosa for sure. So the Tigers 3-1, and like we were talking about before the game got kind of interesting right at the end, because I was certainly they were down 14. Piedra Vista had the ball back. I was like, okay, this game's probably over. But Tigers made some plays and made it interesting there at the end. 3-1 going into district is a really good spot to be in. Huge game next week against Oregon Mountain, a must-win game to start district. And then if you can get off to a solid start there, you're 4-1. You know the games that you really, really need to have if you want to be a playoff team. And certainly Oregon Mountain is one, Clovis the other. You might be able to survive not beating Carlsbad. There is a shot at that. But it's one of those that, those are the 3 games that you look at and you really need to have the victory in order to feel good about your spot in the playoffs. But it's a long way to go. I mean, we're not even halfway through the season. Next week we will be. There's still 6 games remaining. And, the Tigers play 3 of their first 4 on the road. They get 2 of those 3 on the road. Unfortunately, just you don't want to put it on the road trip because that feels like an excuse, right? But you can't tell me that that's not at least a little bit of a part of it, driving up there 6 hours and, it's tough. That's just, you put anybody in a car or a bus ride for 6 hours, it's hard to have maybe the same energy that you would, when a 2-hour bus ride or something, 3 hours. It's different, So it's not the reason they lost. Piedra Vista earned that win tonight. By no means am I putting it all on that side of things. It's simply a factor in the situation. So I think that's the way to look at it for sure. So Tigers will try to regroup, and now the season begins again. It's 0-0. As cliche as it is, it's very, very true. So you're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. We'll continue to wrap things up. We'll check in some scores from around the state and let you know what's happening across New Mexico. But your final score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, the Tigers fall to Piedra Vista 21-14, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low interest rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all on subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
And it is a final from Santa Rosa. They defeat Tularosa 36-6 is the final score. So the Lions remain undefeated on the season. They have gotten off to a great start this year. So impressive beginning to the year for them. Wildcats 1-3. They'll try to bounce back against Capitan on the road next week. So they'll be playing that one up in Capitan. They'll be back at home against Robertson on the 27th. That'll be a Saturday afternoon game. So we'll see how the Wildcats bounce back next week. So Tigers again 3-1 after they fell to Piedra Vista 21-14. That was our broadcast tonight. And some of the other scores from around the state of New Mexico as Taos 49-12 over Aztec. Capital beat Del Norte 7-6. Both those teams were looking for their first win. Santa Fe beats Albuquerque 18-6. Farmington rallied to beat Falcon 21. No, actually, you know what? I think they were behind just a little bit in that game. So Los Lunas leading Piedra Vista 28-22. I'm sorry, Piedra Vista, El Dorado late in that game. Same Piedra Vista all night. Centennial rallied back. They were behind to Rio Rancho. Second week in a row, Rio Rancho had I want to say it was a double-digit lead over a Las Cruces school and weren't able to pull it out. So let's see. Melrose 58-6 over Hagerman. And Artesia 41-14. They beat Deming. Cruces beats Cleveland's 38-34. How about that, y'all? That's pretty impressive. Nobody was going to be Cleveland this year. Cleveland, I mean, listen, Cleveland had a loss in the regular season last year to Centennial, and they still won the state title. So that's why it's a regular season game. Guarantee we're going to see that game again later in the year. All right, looks like it's all we got for finals. Alamogordo girls soccer got the win 5-2, so they will play at noon tomorrow over at Reiner Steinhoff Soccerplex. And let me see if I can find out who won between Valencia and Silver. If I were to guess, it was Silver. And this will be a rematch of one that has already been played this year between those two teams. Let me check in. Yeah, so Silver beat Valencia 2-0. So it'll be Alamogordo versus Silver. And that one will be at noon over Reiner Steinhoff Soccerplex. So go support the Lady Tigers tomorrow. The Mountaintop Tournament continues tomorrow. Clowcroft will play Jow at 9, and Tularosa will play Animas at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Over the Mountaintop Tournament in Cloudcroft, they'll have 3 matches tomorrow, so it's going to be a busy, busy day in Cloudcroft for sure. And Alamogordo, I don't have any updates for you guys on pool play from Roswell. We'll post that up on our Facebook page for you guys. Do we have anything else going on tonight? I don't have a Mescalero Apache score for you guys. I don't know if they weren't able to get started due to weather over there, because I would think they were able to get going at some point, but it, as far as I know, hadn't gotten going there. So, or no, I don't have a final score for you. I don't want to say it hadn't gotten going. Don't have a final score for you guys. So we'll try to get you an update on that. And we've got cross country up in Ruidoso tomorrow. All 3 of our area cross country teams are running up there. So Alamo, Cloudcroft, Mescalero Apache. I don't have a Mescalero Apache Alamo Navajo final for you guys for volleyball. They did play tonight. We'll try. We'll post it for you guys here in a little while. Let you guys know what happened there as well. And I think that's it. So that'll do it for broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to all of our sponsors, Otero Federal Credit Union, your pre, post, and halftime sponsors. And Richardson Motor Company, our scoreboard sponsor, Ochoa Stucco, the Winter Circle, and First National Bank. And we appreciate you for tuning in as the Alamogordo Tigers come up just a bit short to Piedra Vista tonight, 14-7. They'll return home. It is homecoming week next week. Always an exciting time in the area as the Tigers will host Oregon Mountain, and we'll be there for that one at Tiger Stadium. We hope to see you then. Have a great night, everybody, and stay tuned to Alamo Sports and Talk.
No roadblocks are scheduled today on Highway 70, 54 South, or 380. For the latest roadblock information, call 575-678-1178. Tonight's forecast calling for increasing